Obviously had some barracks or something added to it at some stage. Lovely river there. Right, so we're off to Tesco.
Very exciting, isn't it? We'll finally got to do some shopping, haven't we?
Yeah, so we're off to Tesco in Enniskillen. Now we're going to visit Enniskillen, of course, whilst we're there. It's somewhere, well, like most places in Northern Ireland, it's somewhere we've never been.
Yeah.
But we are going to dump our water before we get there. So come along for our exciting journey. A bit closer? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it opens automatically on the way out, it seems.
There's a code to get in on the way in. So here's the service point. Called it a culvert. I suppose that's what it is. Let's see for the sun here. So that's about it. Quite a good slope to empty it. But yeah, it is nice here. Cows in the field behind. Oh, finishing. That's good. Right. Always helps when you're on a bit of a slope that way.
Yeah, it rains pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, down to the right hand corner. Empties in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
As opposed to about 20 minutes. No cows.
A lovely peaceful night, didn't
Oh,
we?
it's great, yeah.
It's a bit cold.
Yeah, it got down to about 6 degrees.
There's a
Quite a
little
shock
bit of
when we went out this
frost.
morning with Poppy.
I'll turn right here.
St Patrick's Holy Well here.
Ah.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Main Street.
So back on the A4, aren't we?
Continue on Sligo Road.
Well, I found a parking space. We paid for 2 tickets because I couldn't fit in one bay. So hopefully we'll be all right. This is a charged car park and the other car park is free. It's absolutely rammed.
Yes, no way we can get in that.
He reckons we're going to head down to the river. We'll pick
I
up
saw
some
a sign,
signs.
yeah, for the castle. I don't know. We'll be able to go in the castle or what.
Okay. Nice boat there. Well, it's very nice. I think we've got to walk along here somewhere towards the castle. There's a museum and a castle. But yeah, this is very pleasant. Ooh. Little fishing stand here, pups. We'll just sit here and fish all day, I think.
Really nice,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got blue sky and it's quite
Blue
warm.
sky, and it's reasonably warm. We've both got jumpers on, of course. Being the soft southerners that we are. Aha,
See, I was going the right way.
here's said castle. You know we never go anywhere without visiting a castle.
Well, don't know whether we can visit this one.
Oh, we don't know. Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Well, I don't know we can visit with
Poppy?
the little one.
No, okay. There is a museum in there, so we might not even be able to go in that then. Just wonder what all these are. All right, okay. Can you imagine the smell of freshly baked bread? I do like a little butter to my bread. All these flip out signs. It's different. I'm going to have to look at the next one now, aren't I? Playing in the meadow. It's my go next. Slide was organised once a year at the tennis in Wellington Court. It had been called this as the tennis courts have been here. Yeah, such high slides are not allowed anymore. Oh, grief. Health and safety and all that.
What's that?
High slides not allowed anymore.
All right.
You've got some moorings, yeah. Stop
Nice.
off here then, yeah.
Yeah, if you had a boat.
If you had a boat, yeah. Another car park here.
That's the one we tried to park in.
Oh, this is the one we tried to park in, okay.
Castle View car park.
Okay, we weren't going to park in the buses and coaches bit. This looks a bit emptier now. Magnificent looking church there. We don't, well, Jenny's not hopeful that we're going to be able to go in.
No,
yet.
I'm going to get a really pleasant surprise if
it's dog friendly or not. If this is the castle. Yeah, it is. Heritage Museum. It didn't say anything on the door. I have to go and ask.
No, sign over there.
No
actually.
dogs. We'll have to just walk round.
Yeah.
Go on, Pops, you're not allowed in. You might destroy the place. Sorry, Pops. I know how much you like it. I'm sorry, but it's getting on my nerves now. I mean, the lady in there says she's really sorry. They can't allow dogs. It's you know, it's a sort of company decision, but she'd allow us in.
Yeah, but she can't.
But she can't. Yeah, it's a shame because it's an interesting looking place. Built on the river.
Yeah.
It's about all I can tell you, really. So obviously had some barracks or something added to it at some stage. Lovely river there.
I think you'd be in there quite a time because it's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, later on, if you like, Poppy and I go back to the van and...
Yeah, could do that.
You could go then.
Yeah, just a shame that you don't get to go round it.
No, I know, but I don't
It just takes twice as long to go round anyway. You know, if one of you wants, if you both want to go round.
Yeah, I know.
There's a new bridge and an old bridge. I think I know which I prefer.
Yeah.
You've got two churches here. It's amazing one here and one across the road. Slightly baffling with this sun in our eyes. Lots of eating places. You want a coffee or something? Very nice coffee. Move that out of the way. Yeah. Where are we?
Where are we?
A long street, isn't it?
Well, quite a long street, yeah.
That's about all I can say, really. Very nice coffee.
A lot of them sold.
I always think it's interesting looking at properties. Place of Limerick there, 270,000. What's that? 4 bedroom, 2 reception, bathroom, ensuite, sunroom. Well, 270,000.
A little quaint little cottage.
A little cottage there, yeah. 85,000. Wow. Another one there for 3 bedroom, 142,000. Wow. Always look for the most expensive one. Well, they're really that expensive, isn't it? 185,000, that little 3 bedroom bungalow.
9 acres that's got round it. 3 bedroom bungalow with 9 acres around
grief.
it. Strength.
Well, we'll move here then. I could
compare that to St Albans.
Yeah, we could
Get
sell
a
our
one-bedroom
house,
flat.
get a huge RV, and still have money left to buy a bungalow.
Yep.
A bit of river. Yeah. Jenny says I don't stop long enough for us to do any research.
Well, you don't.
So we're going to stop here, found a park bench, I'm going to do some research.
There's a sign here.
And there's a sign here, so I don't need to do any research. And it's all about Enniskillen.
Which is this park.
Which is this park, yeah. Many places surrounded by myth and legend, true of a small island now enclosed on the east of Enniskillen. Enniskillen, a hero of pre-Celtic legendary people, a warrior, wife of Fomorian leader Balor, oh good grief, Balor of the Evil Eye, killed the king of the something or other, Tuta Danan at the Battle of Moitura. The king and his people were challenging on the supremacy of the Fomorians. On retiring from the battle, Enniskillen sought refuge on, is it Keatlan? Keatlan, yeah. Now bears her name. I suppose it's like Caitlin, really, isn't it?
Yeah, on this island.
On this island, yeah. Now enclosed.
All right, so there's an early town map, 1688.
Oh, what?
An early town map.
Yeah.
Map of the town.
Yeah.
Refers to the island as the small island of Enniskillen, from whence the town was named.
Okay. Enniskillen. So would that be Enniskillen? Would it be Enniskillen? Oh, blimey. Apologies. So this is the island then? Okay. Right. Anyone who could do the pronunciation, please let me know. Thanks for that. There's a little memorial here to Diana, Princess of Wales, who laid the last stone on Remembrance Sunday, 1993. Cairn was built by young people of Fermanagh, showing the way to peace after the Enniskillen Remembrance Day bombing. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Big horse chestnut trees, aren't they?
Massive horse chestnut trees, yeah. There's a little path that leads along here.
These under the bridge, yeah.
Yeah. So what were you saying on that sign there? It was saying about
somebody
Thomas
called
Plunkett?
Thomas Plunkett, who was the town commissioner in, I think it was 1895.
Yeah.
Who built a channel through, or authorised building a
somehow
channel.
lowered the sea level, didn't they?
Lowered,
the river level.
Yeah, and then, so that joined the island to the main area.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's quite interesting, there's just this little spot here.
Yeah. I decided to come back to the castle. It's a little bit later, we've had some lunch, and Jenny is looking after Poppy in the motorhome. So I thought I'd have a little look around. It'd be a shame not to look around.
The upper and lower locks, and is one of the narrowest crossing points on Motorhome. The castle has been strategically pointed throughout.
It's a little bit about the Geo Park here. It's featured in Game of Thrones, the Panay Gollum Castle in Boho. Prehistoric tombs, Iron Age forts, Marble Arch caves, something I'd like to do. Wow. trust me to get lost. I think I'm going the wrong way already. Let's have a look over here. That's the barracks over there. Staff only, but interesting looking gun. A German 77mm light artillery gun. Oh, from the First World War. Horse-drawn, 1 ton. A Saladin armoured car. In desert colours, obviously. Used between 1959 and 72, widely used by armies of the Gulf state, and there built 1170 of these, and the Enniskillens operated Saladins when in Aden, Bahrain and Libya. Had a 76mm gun. Actually, more soldiers died through infectious diseases than enemy action. Malaria and yellow fever, infection, mosquitoes. It's a regimental aid post. Dear. Yeah, it says this is the regimental aid post of 5th Battalion, the Royal Enniskillen Fusiliers of Palestine in 1917. Dr. Henry Lamb and Private James Duffy VC, stretcher bearer from Donegal, was awarded the Victoria Cross for rescuing 2 badly wounded soldiers under heavy enemy fire. So as you can read his story in the Keep. I hear voices. Huh. Henry Lamb was medical officer in the 5th Enniskillens, Macedonia, Palestine and the Western Front. Left his medical course to study painting at the Chelsea School of Art. He won the Military Cross for treating soldiers under fire at Jajilia in Palestine. I've got some personal stories here. Sergeant Lieutenant E.T. Inkson joined the army in 1899, just 10 weeks before the outbreak of the Boer War. Served as medical officer to 1st Battalion Royal Enniskillens in 1900. Awarded the Victoria Cross for rescuing a severely wounded officer, Lieutenant Devonish, who carried some 400 yards while under heavy enemy fire. There's a Bren gun carrier used by Enniskillens, 39 to 1960, reconnaissance. 500,000 jeeps were produced by Willys Overland and Ford during 1940 to 1960 and used by the Enniskillen Fusiliers and Dragoon Guards worldwide. It said Enniskilleners volunteered in 1688 to defend their town. Apparently those with horses were dragoons and those on foot were Fusiliers. This is the Watergate, though it wasn't a Watergate at all. It was a well. So this is a little bit about the Maguire's Kingdom of Lochern. And the Gaelic Fermanagh House of Lochern is ruled by Maguire chieftains. Their rule lasts for over 300 years, from the 13th century to the beginning of the 17th century. Enniskillen Castle is frequently attacked throughout its early history. In the space of 100 years, the castle is rebuilt and repaired 7 times. The Maguires defend their stronghold against warring neighbouring chieftains, as well as the threat from English forces. Some of the weapons here. A crossbow. That's what it would have looked like. Very nice gardens in there. Yeah, it says in medieval times, Enniskillen is a tall defensive building typical of a tower house or keep 5 floors, including an attic level. So this is Enniskillen's museum. We're looking at the regimental silver here. War against Napoleon. Both Enniskillen's regiments fought at Waterloo. There's a cannonball, it says feel the weight. Oh yeah, blimey. Solid. The gun was known by the weight of the ball it fired, £6, £9, £12 and up to £42. Cannonballs bounced when they hit the ground and kept going until they smashed into whatever was in the way. Balls like this caused most casualties at Waterloo, particularly when soldiers were advancing in columns formed up in defensive squares. That's shrapnel. There's a huge amount in here. One of the General Military Service medals, the Waterloo Medal. It's a bit dark in here, so I'm not sure how this will come out. About the Boer War. They went to the 1st and 2nd Fusiliers, joined a British force sent to overcome the Boers, Dutch settlers in South Africa. First World War Irish soldiers, 210,000 volunteered. Irish nationalists, a war undertaken in defence of the highest interests of religion and morality. And Irish Unionists, England's difficulty is our difficulty. There's a piece here about Captain Lawrence Oates, who was a fine horseman from Essex, served with the Enniskillen Dragoons in the Boer War, and he joined Captain Scott's ill-fated expedition to the South Pole to look after the pack horses. All the horses died and the return from the pole became a nightmare. He got frostbite, he turned to gangrene, feared he was putting his companions at risk. On his birthday in St Patrick's Day during a severe blizzard, deliberately left his tent with the immortal words, "I'm just going outside, and maybe sometime." He was in the Korean War as well, was sent to Korea in 1950-51 as part of the Commonwealth Division of the UN force, opposing the North Korean invasion of South Korea. The North Korean army was successfully driven out of the south, but pursuing UN forces were attacked by China and driven back. Tank movement was very difficult in the Korea's rugged terrain. Centurion tanks were used like artillery pieces placed on top of hills. Regiment lost 11 men and 27 wounded before being withdrawn in September 52, and eventually there was a truce along the original frontier line between north and south. This is quite a collection of medals here. Look at that. Said the Enniskillens faced the advanced German panzers with light tanks as part of the British Expeditionary Force. After intense fighting, they joined the rearguard, protecting the beaches. Dunkirk was evacuated, regiment was evacuated, but lost 29 men, 18 taken prisoner, and all its equipment. In 1944, the Enniskillens landed in France, were equipped with Cromwell, Sherman and Stuart Honey tanks, Daimler Dingo scout cars and tracked Bren guns, and they were involved in the breakout from Normandy, fought many actions across northwest Europe, and their final action in the war was a dash across to the Kiel Canal, which it reached in May 1945. They lost 57 men and 121 wounded. People killed in action here. Battle of Garigliano, 1944 in January. Remembrance. And the lull of midnight, gentle arms lifted him slowly down the slopes of death, lest he should hear again the mad alarms of battle, dying moans and painful breath. and where the earth was soft for flowers we made a grave for him that he might better rest. So spring shall come and leave it sweet arrayed, and there the lark shall turn her dewy nest. Pride, sorrow and gratitude. Reinforcements from the Royal Irish Regiment were sent to Musa Kayla to reinforce Danish troops. When the Danes withdrew, the Taliban mistakenly thought that the outpost had been abandoned, but the Royal Irish were ready and waiting. Taliban suffered heavy casualties, but at a cost. The castle gardens. Pledges here. Pledge to aspire to tolerance, not hatred, brotherhood, not enmity, peace, not violence, truth, justice and freedom for all. When it was going to rain, the cricket would sing. A wall telephone from the 1920s. McMahon's spade. I assume they were made by blacksmiths, but must have been for digging peat. Blimey, look at the accordion here. Just below it, Bush radio. Focuses on a celebration of rural life in Fermanagh. Looks like a cutaway of a mill, I guess. Yeah, a water mill. Wow, look at that. All the clay tobacco pipes. Tweed, Irish tweed. Lochern, Irish tweed. Balik pottery. Balik pottery was established in 1857 by John Caldwell Bloomfield of Castle Caldwell. Hoped to provide much needed employment after disastrous years of famine. Look at this item here, it's an amphora lamp, and the legs are inspired by horses' legs. Crouching Venus, and a minstrel centerpiece. Something you'd have on your dining table. Terracotta water cooler and stand. So this is quite amazing. Earthenware toilet set. A Lochern summit basket. I think Jenny would like this section. It's all about genealogy and family history. Something about the Tottenham family here. Dean George Tottenham, who became rector of the parish. Fermanagh Family History, Genealogy Centre. Records of baptism, appointment of dean. So it looks a little bit dark in here, but this is about the Fermanagh Crannogs. Archaeological investigation lasted from June 12 to April 13. First major excavation of a crannog in Northern Ireland. Crannog is an artificial island usually found in a lake, circular or oval in shape, constructed from layers of peat, soil, wood and stone. People lived on these lake dwellings From prehistoric times to the late medieval period, usually found throughout Ireland and Scotland. Various weaponry they found. Bronze swords, half beard, bronze rapier sword, found in a Fermanagh bog, wooden vessel from the early Christian period, probably used for milk or water, found in the ditch of a destroyed rath at Meanagowan, County Tyrone. That says it's an aerial view of Lough Erne and Devonish Island. Medieval pilgrims from all over Europe travelled the waterways of Lough Erne on their way to St Patrick's Purgatory. Historical records show many years pilgrims visited the monastic island of Devonish Island. First farmers. Yeah, I hope you found that interesting and the wobbly camera work didn't spoil it too much. It is an interesting place to come, a little bit different. More of a museum than a castle really, but yeah, very interesting.